Hey guys, Megaton Menace here, back with another video. Once again, joined by my friend, Asir.
Nope.
And today we're going to be watching and reacting to RWBY, Volume 8, Chapter 9, which is entitled Witch. So, three things real quick. First, I always rewatch the episodes almost immediately after the reaction. And with last week when I rewatched it, I did realize that the significance of the Hound was that he wasn't Adam, but he was a silver-eyed warrior. And that not only does that probably mean that the reason why Salem wanted Tyrion to collect Ruby alive way back in Volume 4 was to turn Ruby into something like that. But it also makes me think that because with Summer Rose, the entire story is she went off on a mission, she never came back, everyone assumed that she was dead, and Salem knows her. Summer getting turned into something like the Hound is probably what happened, and Ruby is probably going to have to fight and either kill or try to save. But I don't think that she'd be able to actually save her, but something like that is probably what it feels like they're building up to. Then the second is that just based off of the title of the episode, obviously it's going to be Salem focused, so that's going to be cool just because we haven't really gotten much from we didn't get anything from her last week. Then also, when it comes to Crow, Robin, and Jock in jail, what I was realizing is that I feel like, because when I was initially watching that scene, my interpretation was Cinder blasted through the wall, then the camera left for 10 minutes and came back right to where it was. However, I am now thinking that maybe not. Like, it might have been that Raven, because there was a Raven there, sprung Crow and left, and then Cinder showed up to get Watts. And if that is the case, we might be in a situation where all three of the currently established maidens are on the board at the same time in the same place, and that could easily be eventful. And then the one last thing is that, just because it's kind of late at night right now, and there was one event from this episode that was spoiled for me by a YouTube thumbnail. However, Asir has not been spoiled, so I'll tell you guys what that was later at the end of when the episode ends. So I think without any further ado, I'm ready to dive in, unless there's anything you want to contribute.
Only that if Crow went with Raven, with Robin, 3 burbs in one place.
Yeah, they are all birds.
That's a lot of burb.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta.
No, it's true, because it's like three maidens, 3 birds. Woo! Yeah.
Word. Let's dive into it.
Cool. Yeah. Something else that I was also thinking about is just that, like, so far, everyone from Ozma's circle has, 1, been a Wizard of Oz character, and 2, has fallen from grace. So, what I'm curious about is, eventually, when we get to Vacuo and we meet Professor Theodore of Shade, is he going to fall from grace too? Or is he going to be the outlier and not be the one that gets corrupted? And also, what Wizard of Oz character is he going to be? Because I feel like that all the significant characters from the Wizard of Oz have already gotten an adaptation.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I mean, obviously the Lion, Crow, and Scarecrow are all represented.
Yeah.
I mean, and also, the only thing I have to say is, has Glenda been corrupted? Is there really...
No,
has Glenda fallen
you're
from
right.
grace?
Glenda has not fallen from grace. She just kind of got written out of the show. But you're right.
Important to know.
It's now she's been off screen for almost 5 volumes, so... But she was a good egg the last time we saw her.
Yeah, and there's... The only other person who joins up with Dorothy is Toto.
Right.
Right, or like the only one in Toto's squad. Or Dorothy's squad. Not represented. Toto.
Well, I think that Zwei is supposed to be Toto.
Okay. He hadn't been in the show in a long time.
That's true.
Either.
Yeah, I think he's with Ty. All right, the whale, and that makes sense because we're probably going to focus on like John and Yang's group trying to get the bomb in that motherfucker.
Yeah, bomb squad, and a little bit of battle.
Whoa. There was some weird Grim that was yellow that I did not recognize from the half a second it was on screen.
As they just pour out of the whale.
Yeah. Okay, they're already in. All right, that's right, because they said that they were going to scout and then they'd bring in the bomb.
Harrowing.
We're not in the clear yet. We still have to search this whole thing and find Oscar.
Yeah.
Aesop's blow us to pieces.
How are we supposed to find Oscar? It's going to be like finding a needle in a giant
whale.
whale. Why did we think this was a good idea?
I'm surprised that
I might be able to help.
you can't like sense
I can
him.
sense spikes of
Oh, okay.
people's emotions, I think. You have a long way to
Right?
He carrying the
Yeah.
team, bro.
He's like, I can
just
sense
like,
that boy's aura.
Don't worry, I'll
Maybe one of
carry.
them is Oscar?
I
Yeah.
can sort of tell where they are, but not who.
Okay.
They're more or less in the same area, though. Further in. I can lead.
I feel like
You don't have to drain yourself.
as he gets closer, he could probably identify the emotions, and
Yeah.
therefore,
Thanks.
when he gets in there,
Yeah.
he could tell
Like
them
he'll
apart.
probably be able to tell which one is Oscar as they get closer before they are there.
Especially because fear is a pretty potent emotion,
Yeah.
and there's reason for Oscar to be
Brushed
afraid.
off her bumps and bruises. For nothing hurt worse than the loneliness in her chest.
I recognize that. The girl who fell through the world.
I shouldn't be surprised you're so familiar with fairy tales.
Yeah. He's like, I am a fairy tale.
Yeah.
How are you holding up?
I thought the idea of falling through Remnant into a new world was exciting.
Mm.
I never understood why she was so sad when she finally made it back home.
Because home was boring by comparison.
It makes more sense.
She wasn't the same girl anymore.
Yeah, because it changes you. Just like how even when this is over, you're not going to be able to just be a farm boy.
Plan to
Yeah.
divide might have
I mean,
run its
that's-
course.
To branch out into other things, that's why Frodo leaves Middle
Not
Earth.
having our
Yeah.
queen
Because the
certainly
journey
limits the
changes him
options, so-
profoundly.
No. I don't like what happens when we use magic.
Yeah, it has been a pretty rocky track record.
I can feel us merging faster.
Mm.
Not ready for that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think you're doing just fine on your own.
And he didn't say it, but he understands the impossibility
Sup, Hazel?
of the task.
Oh boy. Cool.
Listen up, everyone. We're keeping this
Oh,
up
okay.
for the payload. We're going to put aboard that
Funk,
thing.
at least
If
Neon.
we can't hold this line, it will continue
Yeah,
to
all
spin out
of Team
and
Funky
we
is there.
lose the city. Is that
Because it's the
understood?
Force starting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to know a tune for this, huh?
Hey, man.
I don't know that anybody does.
That's good.
Another wave incoming. Keep them back.
I'm glad they aren't being ignored because they should be helping with this.
Although I do have to admit, it looks weird to be like NPCs, obvious team,
Right.
NPCs.
It does look a little weird.
It looks a little weird.
Oh shit. Okay. So he is at least. It looks like he's gonna actually try to
Why did
use
you
it.
bring me here?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Thinking about what you said.
that's good.
Good.
It's a lie, and I took that lie to Salem. The punishment would fall on my head before yours.
That's true.
If what you said is true, and I used the password myself,
Then I'll know.
well, I don't know what happens when this thing activates.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna
We'll see
summon
if you're bluffing.
a giant blue hot genie chick that's voiced by Riza Haka.
Either way, it'll tell me what I need to know.
That's true.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it, Em. Then
It's
again, she's
important.
on the fence too, so it might be good to have her here.
Worry about it. Be a part of
find
this.
out.
Yeah,
This is what we've been hoping.
it's true.
Jin.
Because Oscar summoned her, I think Oscar would have to be the one that asked the question.
Yeah, and I think the walls have ears.
Agreed.
Why, hello.
Yeah,
little
that was a little
man.
laggy, but I'm not sure if it
You
was
have a
us or
question for me.
the animation.
She might have just been stretching.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think all my questions are answered now.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, because just the fact that
Gretchen would have done.
it did that proves
And
he
that
was
starts
honest,
with
so they don't
getting
need to
you away
waste the
from here.
question.
Both of you.
Okay.
I'm going
Yes.
to meet something before I go.
So, just to be clear, none of you have a question for me?
Yes.
No, but we'll be bringing you with us.
The moment we move that thing, this place goes on high alert. Better to get you out first.
But
Right.
I'll come back for it. Not like she knows the password anyway.
Oh, she does now.
Yeah, that's true. Salem probably does know the password now.
Most assuredly, dude. They showed the walls and a
Yep.
movement.
Oh, Neo. Right? Yep.
Yeah. So she gonna
But
be like,
but Neo can't tell her the password, and she can't say the password unless. No.
but can she ask a question?
I don't think so.
I'm masking and tracking at the same time.
Do you guys need a minute?
We don't know how much.
Unless she
longer we
just
have.
chooses not to talk, which
Why
is
don't you
possible,
give
I
masking
guess.
a break? Give me directions and I can scout ahead.
Thanks. We should be heading straight for a while.
Or she has like some writing paper and a crayon.
Right? I don't know if that counts.
Again takes the sting out of impending doom.
It's okay to be afraid, you know.
Vowels and
You don't
consonants are
always
different
have to hide it with
colors.
a joke.
Well, I
Glad I'm
mean,
not
I
the
don't
only
think
one
it
who's
could
scared.
summon Jin, but
course I'm
maybe
scared.
since she's out, she could
Him,
read
on the
it.
other
I think that she went back in the lamp when they
There's
left.
no fear at all.
Oh, okay.
I can see it. He believes we're going to get this done.
Yeah.
Then I do too.
Yeah. Mask is right now.
Yeah, I see her.
I still want to know if this is a one of, man.
Yeah.
I'm so curious whether that's like just a normal or a high tier Grim that she uses, or if that's just a
Yeah.
one of.
Because we've never seen multiple of them as a time, but the amount of time between like Mistral and Tyr was
Sure
long
he'll be
enough.
okay on his own?
It could
I
just
don't
be
know.
one.
We just need to get. Wait. Ah, Hazel. Have you gotten what we need yet?
Oh boy. So you're acting sus, Hazel.
Yeah, Hazel
Let's see it.
sus.
Seems we have guests.
But it also makes sense that
Saved by the bell.
Find them.
it makes sense though. And Hazel not having a good poker face makes sense.
What now?
Let's do
Yeah,
what we do best.
that was interesting.
Charge blindly into
Salem
danger.
kind of being so naive.
Ren,
It's hard. Yeah.
No matter what.
I wouldn't be surprised though if she knows that he's hiding something, but just doesn't know what yet, and that dealing with the immediate intruder is a a little more important.
That's true, and it is really just a save by the bell more than anything else.
Exactly.
Boosh. I want to see the rest of their team.
Yeah.
We only know those two.
Yeah,
man.
because the other two were briefly in the training last volume, but it was so brief.
That's right.
come on, Juan.
Before I was talking about the Juan,
Wait, what?
he's like, "Come on, Juan," and I'm like, "His name's not Juan."
Juan.
No, wait! Stop!
Ta-da!
Oh shit! So it even
That
makes
makes
more
sense.
sense why
That-
he's got
yeah.
a bad
Oh,
poker
I
face.
sense
Yeah,
unique
'cause it
minds
was-
nearby.
What's going on here?
It's a long story.
She's
You're gonna
our
have to try and summarize.
friend now.
Why should we trust you?
Because she's scared.
Yeah.
Just like us.
Dude, Ren's such a
Yeah.
Anybody coming?
Ren is such a good character.
All right, there's the bomb. Boom, boom. Yeah, and
This is it, everyone.
he,
We're gonna clear a path
he's
to
an
that wall.
incredibly useful piece on
Get
their
the
board
payload
now.
board, set the timer, and then we're out.
I mean, he's never been a feeder, but that was a really strong buff for him.
I gave them their window. We can't wait any longer.
Would you say the same thing if it was your sister inside?
No,
you gonna
you
tell her
wouldn't.
what you did to her friends?
Yes. Because that's my duty.
He really is my favorite Aesop.
Yeah,
And you do yours.
because he's like, he actually has, like, he's got a conscience and he cares about what's right.
And he's got a dope semblance.
Yeah.
Like, that dude's got it all. Marrow by far the best.
Boy.
of the setup.
Somebody snitched. It's probably the whale. Yeah. Honestly, the whale probably knows everything that happens inside and was like, "Sup, mama."
Sup, mama.
Oh boy.
You really have been honing that semblance of yours.
Yeah. It's like, it's a fight we can't win, but we're still going to try. We're 8 seasons in. We need to have our first fight with the main arc villain.
Real talk, though, man.
Ooh.
It's happening.
Yeah.
This is big.
Yeah.
Let them go!
That's the cane, right?
Yeah, maybe.
No, he just shot the sheriff. That must just be Ozma magic then.
Yeah.
And that's why they talked about it.
That makes sense, and he could have just been channeling it through the cane.
What did you do with
I mean,
the
didn't see
lab?
the cane at all, but
I'm talking about when Ozma did
right.
it. Yeah.
It's missing.
Yeah, she didn't do anything with the
Where
lamp.
is it?
I didn't do anything with it.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Look how you've diminished. How you've lessened yourself. And for what? These children? This ruined
Yeah.
world?
Ouch.
I love how she snaps, bro.
Yeah.
That's like, I really like how that's well done. The way she's just like, I'm trying to maintain this calm demeanor, and then just like,
Snap! Death.
Yeah, agreed.
Because something
I
bad
like
happened
that.
to you once upon a time.
Basically,
Nobody gets a fairy tale ending.
because you don't.
Everything I've lost, every person I've lost, is because of you.
And who is it I've taken from you, girl?
Summer Rose, my mom.
Her again?
Yeah, right?
Your Grace.
Everybody's always talking about her.
Hazel. I found our guests.
Boop.
This one was helping them. Take the boy back to his chamber.
I'm not sure if
Work
he.
to do with
I'm not sure if he should step up now or if he should play along and step up later.
it's really hard to say. Well, remember last week when we were talking about like whether or not this squad could get out without facing a casualty?
Yeah. I think
Hazel could very much so be that and do that.
Legends, boy.
Okay. He's like, don't worry, brother. I got you.
I really don't know.
That was the thumbnail.
I vibe with it.
Yeah.
Get some, boy.
Yeah.
This is exciting stuff. And remember, like I said, I was worried they were not going to be able to get out without a casualty.
But it might be him?
But it might be him.
I hope not.
I'm saying right now, I hope he gets out too.
Right, because like it's one of those things where like if he does die to save them, it would be okay, especially because Emerald's turning too. But it would also suck to be like he's a good guy for 30 seconds and then he's dead.
Right.
I'm doing what Gretchen would have done.
5 elements.
Did you go get some, boy?
Yeah. The fact that he did all of his elements does feel like though that he's like
He's going all out.
Yeah.
Like he's committed.
And therefore it's like I'm gonna punch her ass until like god damn. Oh fuck.
Dude, that was pretty fucking savage. Yeah, go.
Get out of there, Em.
This is it.
It's not too late. She wanted to help him.
Wait! Oscar?
Oscar?
She'll just come after us.
What are you gonna do? Oh boy. That looks like That was definitely like a light bubble. I guess that was from his dust. Ouch. For a second, I thought that it might have been Oscar putting a berry around him, but it wasn't.
No.
Now he's using the cane. The thing is, Hazel did say before that there was a time where when he was fighting Salem, where he was able to beat her badly enough that she was gone for several hours. So even though they can't kill her, they might be able to beat her in the short term and get out.
Right.
Oh, there's that bubble. And it looked like it shot lightning or something, and that's going to be the fucking credits.
Really?
Yeah. Come back next week, bitch.
Oof.
Oof.
Big oof.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a good episode, though.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that was spoiled for you, because that definitely is the pinnacle or climax of the episode.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, it's crazy, because, I knew that Hazel was going to punch Salem, and I suspected that meant a full-on betrayal, but I didn't know if... That's literally, that one image is all I had, so there was still a lot of unknowns. So it definitely didn't ruin the episode or anything.
No, of course not. I'm just saying contextually that is a big blow.
Yeah.
But overall, that's exactly what we wanted to see. And I'm surprised to see how it's going to play out, because I definitely, personally, thought that was just going to be Hazel out.
Right, but you know what's crazy? So far, now, the meta could change at any time, but so far, the RWBY meta, when it comes to, character deaths, has been... if an episode ends being will this character die? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. The answer is no. And that every time a character has died, they've been completely safe when the episode that killed them started. So just the fact that they gave us a cliffhanger makes me think that both Oscar and Hazel are going to get out. But of course, that's just based off of a pattern that currently exists in the data that could be changed or broken at any time.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. And it's true, and that was a good episode, and it's weird because because this is only our second week back, it feels like we've just been back at RWBY, but it's also true that no, that was episode 9 of 14. There's only 5 episodes left of the season.
And that's why it's so intense. That's why right. Even though it feels like the second in a session of releases, it feels like we're deep into the story because we are.
And they're technically building to the finale, which is gonna be soon. Mm-hmm. And it's hard because even though that episode had an ending that feels like that the next episode should start right there, because
Rooster Teeth doesn't do that
exactly.
So
and a bunch of shit's going on. I would not be surprised at all if the next episode is what happened with Crow, and then a little bit of Team RWBY, because there's always some Team RWBY, and then maybe even Penny heading towards the vault, and then we don't get back to that until episode 11 or something. But that's okay, because there's definitely a lot of stuff going on, and hopefully, I do still want to see...
I'm sorry, you should finish your thought. Something obvious just clicked in my brain, and it was so obvious. I'm amazed I missed it. Please finish your thought first.
Just that, hopefully when Winter and the Aesops and the bomb squad take in the bomb, that might also help the people that are fighting Salem survive, and hopefully we'll see a little bit more of Team Funky during that. So, your thought?
My thought is that Neo took the relic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, and I like I said, it is pretty obvious, but I know you and I were like, oh, it was Hazel, and then it was it's Neo.
It was Neo.
Neo took it because she's the only other person on the whale.
Right.
Because that's what I was thinking. Hazel didn't have it in the scene. Salem was still panicked about it being missing.
You're right.
One more person on the ship. We literally saw them with it.
You're right, because with Cinder gone, and with Cinder gone and with Hazel punching Salem's face and not having it, you're right. Neo definitely did take it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's not the best case scenario, but it's better than things were. I'd rather Neo have it than Salem.
Yeah, No, that's true. I really wonder who Neo would take it to. Like, who is Neo loyal to at this point? Is it Cinder?
No, I don't think so.
No. I can't think of anyone else she would be loyal to, but unless it's a loyalty off camera.
And the thing is, though, like, even if Neo is loyal to Cinder, I feel like that Cinder is loyal enough to Salem that Neo wouldn't be like, so.
Yeah, that makes enough sense to me.
I don't know. It's
so, like I said, that just clicked so hard.
I
like,
mean,
duh.
That's
who took it.
It's hard to say because, like, I feel like that. I mean, maybe she can talk, but just chooses not to and is going to use it herself in a more secure location, or maybe there's someone that she has a connection to that we don't know about, or who knows. And honestly, it's one of those things where, like, I do think that Torchwick died in Volume 3. However, at because he was swallowed whole with no chewing, at any time if he comes back, I'm not going to fuck with it. I'm just going to be like, okay. So if somehow it's that, which I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But even if it was, I wouldn't be surprised, even though I don't think it's the case.
See, to me, it's one of those deals where Torchwick and Neo knew each other from the get. Yeah. And I think it's very clear that they both were brought up in bad circles, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it's safe to assume that maybe they both had a parent-like figure in that. Like, you see, it's very easy to assume that Neo could be loyal to a different hierarchy. We've just never met him before. It's possible. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah, and that makes sense because after all, when Neo and Cinder turned up, the entire point was basically
they both ate RWBY.
Well, that was phase 2 because initially it was Torchwick was the only person that Neo had, so Neo wanted to kill Cinder for killing him. But then Cinder was like, no, it's actually this RWBY bitch's fault. So then they teamed up. Like, it's, like, sure, like, they definitely could still, like, pull something out of their ass or plot twist us or introduce a new character. But based off of what's been established, I don't think Neo has any allies.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any other thoughts that you'd like to touch on? Because that pretty much was just Bomb Squad.
Yeah, it was. And that's...
Like, a little bit... We could talk a little bit about the battle, but again, like, the battle for Atlas is happening?
It's just not the focus.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those deals where it's like, really all we get is the scale.
Right.
And we did get a little bit of Team Funky fighting, but for the most part, what we see of the Battle of Atlas is just the scale.
Right. And it's hard because, like, because of things like continuing to fight Salem and Penny being hacked and going on her rampage and whatever Cinder's going to do now that she has Watts, there's definitely enough going on that I could easily see them filling the remainder of the season with combat that isn't just like, fight the Grimm that are attacking Atlas. Mm-hmm. But there's also enough runtime left that I also wouldn't be surprised if, like, episode 11 or 12 really is about, like, well, the bomb failed, so now all of our eggs are in the Punch Grimm in the dick basket. Let's try.
I think, and remember what we were talking about last week about using the Schnee resources to save Mantle and Atlas.
Exactly, because that's true, because that's something, like, if that happens, like, however that plays out, they're going to have to show that on screen. Mm-hmm. That's true.
And I do think that is going to be the outcome, because I do feel like we are very much so in a volume where Atlas is going to fall. It's kind of just a matter of time. I think that the fall of Ironwood kind of established and cements that.
Yeah.
And so I do think that Atlas is going to fall, and I do think that the saving grace, the getaway for our heroes is that they will actually be able to save a lot of civilians through Whitley's cooperation.
Yeah, and of course, another thing that matters that could easily happen. See, because also because of the whole message alerting the world and them showing like Glenda and Sun and stuff, it still is possible that some of those people will show up. And if they do show up, I wouldn't be that surprised if like they're on some shit where like, okay, like episode 12 is like the Atlas Army, the Aesop's, Team Funky, and the reinforcements that showed up fighting Grimm while the Schnee Dust Company ships do evacuations.
Sure.
And then they'd probably end that episode with like the spear getting yanked out and Atlas probably slow falling. Because if the spear gets pulled out, Atlas falls, but they'll probably, even though like my brain's like, and then it meteors into the hole, they'd probably have it slow fall into the hole.
They could also have like propulsion systems that fail that at least try and keep it up first.
Right.
That way it is a slow fall.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think I've spoken for what I think's going to happen in the volume.
Yeah. I think so too. So I guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you got any thoughts or whatever, leave them in the comments. If you liked it. Also, if you didn't like it, just don't hit that dislike button. Just don't hit any buttons if you didn't like it. And if you do dislike it, tell me why so that I can grow. And also, we can't see it right now, but Burning Tractor did color this episode once again.
Later.